We have said the name Devin Page Jr. many times in the last few years, and that's all thanks to his grandmother, who has worked tirelessly against gun violence in the city of Baton Rouge.
Yeah, she sure has. A 3-year anniversary this month is a big one for Devin's family. Louisiana First News Chief Investigator Andrew Epperson sat down one-on-one with Devin's grandmother about how this case has turned her life upside down, but also given her a mission.
He loved horses, and he loved trucks.
Devin Page Jr., the apple of his family's eye.
Smart, really, really, really smart.
But the snack of choice, strawberries.
God.
Grandmother Kathy Tolliver remembers keeping her fridge stocked.
Grammy, can I have your strawberries? Oh my God, he loves strawberries.
Kathy is sharing these precious memories with me.
Look at this.
And some items
We received so many things.
she hasn't looked at since April 2022.
This is my grandbaby's obituary.
Kathy and the boy she called Juju spoke on the 13th, an evening phone call talking about their plans for the next day.
He said, "Okay, Grammy, I love you." I said, "I love you too." And we hung up the phone.
Around an hour later, her phone rang again. This time, her daughter was on the line.
Screaming, "Mama, they just killed my baby."
Devin and his 1-year-old sister had been asleep side by side in their crib, a peaceful image. Tainted by a bullet intended for the house next door.
A baby who did nothing.
That bullet killed Devin instantly.
Yes, I'm angry.
3 years later, police still haven't found out who shot him.
No updates at this particular time. It's a continued ongoing investigation. We just had a victims of violence balloon release.
Kathy says Devin's death lit a fire that's still burning.
Every breath I exhale is pain.
She's keeping his story alive in EBR Parish, which now has Devin's Law. It encourages landlords to put in security cameras and make their properties safer.
For people who were in the same situation that my daughter was in.
Kathy's taken Devin's story more than 1,000 miles away to Washington, D.C.
I met with Vice President Kamala Harris. We were talking about advocating against gun violence.
Devin's death led Kathy on a new path in life.
I am now more bolder than I've ever been.
But she says these 3 years have been much harder
It's heartbreaking.
on her daughter.
She's not where I am. I can stand in front of a camera right now. Not her.
Which makes this moment about half an hour into our interview.
This is his mother just pulling up right here. You want to say something to her?
Yeah, that'd be great if she's okay with it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Something that surprised us both.
Can they talk to you for a few minutes?
We're doing a story about the 3-year anniversary of Devin. I'm Andrew Epperson, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How do you feel looking at that?
Honestly, just still in disbelief.
Ty Tolliver says she's been grieving backwards.
I've been numb for,
Yeah, you've been numb.
I've been numb all the way up until 2 months ago.
The loss of her son, too much to handle.
I was just self-medicating. I'm just being honest. I was self-medicating and I did not want to feel.
But these days when the flashbacks hit, Ty's allowing herself to experience them.
That's playing over and over in my head, more so now than it did when everything was fresh.
Most stories end on a positive note.
I'm still in the rage part.
This isn't one.
Why this happened to me, I don't know.
But if there's a silver lining 3 years later, it's that Ty is finally opening up.
This is the most, hear me when I tell you, that my daughter has taught.
A mother and grandmother.
I didn't know you had your own page in here.
Forever impacted by a life stolen before it could even really start.
It's real good to have a support system that helps with me on a day-to-day basis to get through the day.
In Baton Rouge, I'm Andrew Epperson.
Great report, Andrew. The Tollivers say they've gotten many tips about who may have killed Devin. Tips now, but they have not turned into anything they don't know yet.